Alright, well, here goes nothing. It's no secret that I like Devil May Cry. In particular, 4 and 5 are my favorite entries in the series, so if I played them both at the same time, I'd have twice the fun, right? Well, that's exactly what I tried. So in the spirit of answering questions that nobody has had, can you beat Devil May Cry 4 and 5 at the same time? Let's get into it. You might be like, Lucid, put your DMC4 away, Lucid. This isn't 2 games at the same time, Lucid, you're crazy. And I would respond to you with, chill, man, it's the start of the stream. Straw man that I just made up, like, just relax a little bit. Wha-bam! I started both runs on Dante Must Die, the hardest difficulty in the games. Fortunately for me, both games have you start out with Nero as the playable character, so at least the opening segments wouldn't be too awkward. Dante marks the very first fight of DMC4 and he's no joke, so I really had to focus on him for a minute, which meant my other screen looked like this. You might think the best strategy for this challenge would be to focus on a single game for a mission, then swap focus to the other game in order to make sort of continual staggered progress. And that would definitely be the smart thing to do. Anyway, I split my attention equally between the games as I tried to progress through them both simultaneously. If I was fighting in one game, I was probably demon hunting in the other as well. For the time being, this was working out surprisingly well, and I could only attribute it to the fact that I was controlling the same character in both games, which meant their inputs were extremely similar, if not identical. I eventually found myself fighting the boss of Mission 1 in 5 and the boss of Mission 2 in 4 at the same time, and one of them definitely demanded more attention than the other. After beating Burial, I maneuvered my way to the mission clear screen while I finished off the lovely little houseplant. For these first few missions, Nero's basic encounters weren't much to write home about. Usually I was able to get a lot of traversing done in one game while doing a small fight in the other. But when you introduce a boss on one screen, suddenly basic encounters in the other game become a lot more dangerous. I had to give most of my attention to Goliath in 5, but if I let these mega scarecrows roam free, I could be eating the pavement in a matter of seconds. My head was bouncing between monitors like a madman, and that continued pretty much up until I reached V's first mission. Play DMD looks so easy, then I remember I can barely beat it myself. It's just mad practice. I've had too much practice, man. It's a doozy. You know what else is a doozy? Playing 2 DMCs at the same time. He's so close to grab. Yes. All right, get me out. That's a long grab. I can get into the tunnel, maybe. I'm not charging gun. How foolish of me. Got him. All right, Bale is dead. Bale got bailed out of living. Yep. I'm gonna just do grabs, cause that, you know, it gets damage off, and it lets me progress in 4. You're waiting for later when Lucid.exe has stopped working pops up? Nah, bro. No, trust. See, now I need to run down, so we turn the camera. We turn the camera, and now I need to run forward, we turn the camera. All right, I can't die to Artemis. I also can't die to Fish. Got him. All right. First try, Artemis. This is where things started going wrong. My exceed button for Nero was the same as V's Devil Trigger button, so if I wanted to power up my sword, I had to keep turning V's Devil Trigger off and on. The thing is, exceed button for V, I think is DT. Yeah, that's Summon Nightmare. So I'm gonna have to show some restraint and not exceed in DMC4. Shooting from Griffin was square, which also happened to be my button for Nero's Buster. So once again, if I wanted to charge lightning strikes as V, I couldn't really grab enemies as Nero. Oh no, and read book as V is DT as Nero? Well, this is a bit more cursed now. We've been streaming for an hour, but I played 2 hours of DMC already. Lucid's attention span is gonna be so irreparably broken after this. Tell that to my lawyers, please. No, like, they advised me not to do this, and I said, yeah, See, I don't listen to suits. I told them to stuff it, you know? And they did. We were at it was a Thanksgiving dinner, and so they stuffed the turkey. Oh God, I was in a fight. Oh. It's fine. The window is the worst. V is the worst. I got a big green. I got another big green. All right, no, all the green is gone. I got more green. Screw you. DMC4 is DMC's first game to drop the F-bomb. True? Did you know DMC3 is the first game to talk about the long, thick shaft that makes women shudder? Jester quote, by the way. Don't at me. So, summon Nightmare, and then just side dodge. But also, when they're not attacking, try and make progress in DMC4. Okay. Alright. Wait. I'm losing it, man. I'm actually losing it. I looked over at chat, and I thought I had already broken the blood pustule on DMC5. And I looked at DMC4, and then I looked at 5, and I was like, wait, it's not broken.
After dealing with that spaghetti factory for 2 whole missions, I think the 2 playstyles really came together to make something beautiful.
Just don't hit me, and we're fine, Mr. Cavalier, man. How do you feel about side roll, Credo? Get table hopped upon.
Getting Nero back in 5 was a godsend for my brain, but as the areas got more complex and fights became tougher in both games, I found myself really having to hard focus one section at a time, leaving the other Nero just kinda doing this.
Eat citrus, demon scum! No, my citrus! I was using that. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna clutch this. I'm a clutch in the gulag. I'm a clutch in the gulag, guys. Oh, he clutched me in the gulag. DMC4 mission 12. DMC5 mission 8. That's right. So all we gotta do. Oops. That's an issue. Swapping weapons as Dante is breaking my Devil Breaker. Swapping guns, rather. What am I doing? I'm going this way. The one time having gun on D-pad is a good thing? You mean every time having gun on D-pad is a good thing? I'm gonna be style switching as Dante and just randomly shooting as Nero. It's gonna be great.
Once Dante took the spotlight in 4, I had to divert a lot more attention to him because he just generally takes more effort to perform well as. And between all the character swapping, focusing on both games, reading chat, and general fatigue setting in, my mental faculties were starting to fail fast.
You can't focus on 3 things at once, 2 of which being chaotic action games. SMH my head. I know, I'm sorry, I'm a failure to you all. But, please, draw your attention to DMC4 Dante in the background. Blitz in mission 14? This is mission 14. Or, no. Right, this is mission 13. Sorry, my brain is like mush at this point. No, you're right. It is that room, but there's a Blitz in not that room. I fought Blitz at 3 a.m. and it came to my house. I don't know, whatever. It's like when it was just Nero, it was one thing. Is multiple characters thing? Holy hell, man. It's so hard.
You would think controlling 2 Dantes might be a bit easier on the brain, but it was quite the opposite. Sure, basically all of his buttons are the same, but gameplay-wise, they are fundamentally different characters. Each weapon acts uniquely, and there's really no overlap outside of Rebellion. The whole thing felt like it was falling apart. Maybe in retrospect, it isn't actually as hard as it seemed to me at the time, but doing a combined 25 missions between both games to get to this point had worn me down enough that I had to call it quits on the challenge. But I was still determined to at least finish one game, as addled as my brain was. I was closer to completing 4, so that became my champion. You could definitely tell I was still losing my mind though.
Alright, so here's what I think I'm gonna do now, guys. It's been fun. I think it's gotten a little bit much now with DMC5 and everything. And we're closer to finishing 4. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna close DMC 5. We're gonna do this. And I'm just gonna beat DMC 4 now, and that's gonna be the stream, because my head actually genuinely kind of hurts. Yo! Tell me, how can you see that and tell me Gilgamesh is bad? Did you see that? I killed like 4 swords. 4 swords, and 7 years ago, Gilgamesh was created in special edition. That was more than 7 years ago, right? I can do math. 20. The special edition was 24. Look, it's fine though. Okay, 4 score and like 9 years ago, Gilgamesh was created in special edition, and it was. And Itsuno said, "Let it be goated." Breed with your PlayStation. Oh. Dante, everybody.
So, can you beat Devil May Cry 4 and 5 at the same time? Well, probably, but I couldn't. At least not in one sitting. It was really wearing on me. And there was so much to keep track of. I think if this were done on a difficulty lower than Dante Must Die, it would be a lot more feasible and also go a lot quicker, so your brain wouldn't really turn to mush as fast. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless, and thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like, share with your friends, leave a comment. All of that really helps me out. But regardless, take care everybody, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Sayonara.
A man-made demon crafted by the hand of Agnes, magically cross-bred between a sword and a reptile. Sounds like a reptile dysfunction to me. Cutlass, a man-made demon cross-bred from a fish and a sword by the hand of Agnes. But like, tell me how. I really want to know. A horrid demon-hunting dog abomination with gun-like attributes crafted by the hand of Agnes. Did Agnes breed a dog with a gun? That's what I want to know. Birds aren't a reptile, are they? No, you're right, actually, Sir Paul, you're right. But why do they fly? What is the lore DMC for? This is in the damn game, bro! Agnes glued a bunch of swords onto some demonic wildlife. That's like, did Agnes breed a gun and a dog? Yeah, so also look at this. So for the Gladius, it says, it was magically crossbred between a sword and a reptile. The Cutlass just said, it's a man-made demon crossbred from a fish and a sword. Not even magically. So the fish and the sword just got it on. He genetically modified their DNA to produce a sharp iron-carbon combination, creating these mutated freaks of nature. But is that crossbreeding? Modifying their DNA? I don't think it would be referred to as crossbreeding then, would it? Maybe the real DMC4 was the breeds we made on. Their bladed arms were once used as executioner's blades. I mean, where did they get the blades then? Like, was there just like a surplus pile of executioner blades just like stashed somewhere? And all of these Trifoxylus-filled scarecrows unintelligently moved over there? And just like each picked up one of the executioner blades? A family of demons that resemble toads. They use a gas to conceal their bodies and sensual bait to lure prey, which they swallow up. These demons are not used to direct combat, and their huge tongues are a particularly weak spot. A demon much like Bale. Adaptation has caused it to evolve a different body color. This proves to be the only difference between the two, including the particularly weak tongue. So it's the description is literally saying, yeah, it's just a palette swap. So why does that thing need Sparta blood and sword exactly? Because to control it. I don't know. For now, I have been your streamer Lucid Enigma, signing off. I don't know. Take care, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, everyone.
Stay safe.